Welcome to business. Revenue shortfall. The government continues to maintain that it will meet both its debt, salary and county remittance obligations, despite the now biting revenue shortfall and its optimism. Despite its optimism, tax revenue collection continues to underperform, even as investors seemingly shy away from government bonds. So what options does the government have? Here's Jimmy Mbogo with the answer to this question.
Government expenditure continues to be at the center of debate, with the latest conversation centering around low bond uptake and delayed disbursement to counties, which according to the government has been as a result of maturing debt that has put strains to the national treasury. Analysts are now urging the government to explore its option in the external capital markets to offset the current maturities and negotiate for better terms to ease the debt servicing pressure.
How I'm looking at it is that €2 billion bond is to offset this upcoming maturity. It is not an addition that will lead public debt to blow up to 9.4 trillion shillings, come up with a euro bond, which is not maturing in 2024, but potentially from 2030 or 2035 onwards. So at least it gives pressure for the government, relieves pressure from the government, and even that Eurobond, 2 billion, it may not be a bullet maturity.
The sentiments coming at a time when the National Treasury Cabinet Secretary Njuguna Ndung'u has warned of low revenue collection, further worsening the situation, even as government bonds continue to underperform. A disclosure from the National Treasury for the financial year 2022-2023 indicates that at the end of March, KRA had collected 1.39 trillion shillings, or 66% of the year's target of 2.1 trillion shillings. This is further compounded by lower access to loans, with government having borrowed 396 billion shillings from the domestic market, which is 44.7% of the projected 886.6 billion shillings. In regard to grants and external borrowing, the government has accessed 235.48 billion shillings, which is 45.23% of the projected 520.588 billion shilling it hopes to borrow from the external market.
If we are not disbursing now, it's not because we are refusing to disburse. It's actually the capacity of the exchequer receipts, and that is coming from our tax revenues. If the stream is weak, we cannot disburse. Since you can't disburse what you do, this is something that we should not even debate. It is only that the debate is coming up just because of the constraint.
But looking at the outcome that we have seen for the first 9 months of the current financial year, it doesn't give us confidence that the government, one, will be able to meet its revenue target for the current financial year, and also for the next financial year, we'll also not be able to meet our revenue targets.
According to financial analysts, investor confidence in government paper has eroded due to the current FX market volatility. Furthermore, the government has been issuing a high volume of debt to finance its budget deficit, leading to oversupply of government paper in the market, which can lead to a decline in the price of government paper and hence reduce the returns on investments. Jimmy Mbogo, KTN.